begin with the top stories this hour. Co-chairman of ruling party resort to public altercation instead of sorting out differences. Chairman Dahal doubts Prime Minister Oli's motive over conflict-related cases. Legal ambiguity over deployment of Nepal Army personnel in development works continues. Possible compromise in Army's professional integrity and people's supremacy anticipated. China condemns Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to the disputed region of Arunachal Pradesh in India. And Liverpool climbs to the top of the English Premier League. Real Madrid climbs to the second position in La Liga. Prime Minister and Chairman of the ruling Nepal Communist Party KP Sharma Oli and Co-Chairman Pushpakamal Dahal have recently resorted to altercation in public forums. The differences have emerged between the party's top leaders at a time the intra-party integration is yet to be completed in provincial and district levels, indicating further polarization within the ruling party. At a public function on Friday, Co-Chairman Dahal accused Chairman Oli of failing to exhibit flexibility in institutionalizing the recent political changes without directly referring his name. Dahal's remark has come at a time when the international concern against blanket amnesty to the cases related to the armed insurgency has increased, and that the major issues like staff integration and implementation of federalism have remained to be sorted out. Meanwhile, there is a clear dispute between the panels affiliated with the erstwhile CPNML and CPN Maoist Center with regard to the Truth and Reconciliation Commission and Commission on the Investigation of Enforced Disappeared Persons. The former Maoist leaders have even perceived the former CPNML faction of trying to threaten them by reviving the cases related to the conflict. Co-Chairman Dahal is more dissatisfied with the working modality of Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli than the senior leader of the former CPNML, Madhakumar Nepal. Experts are of the view that the Venezuela incident is just the latest instances of the persisting disappointment in this regard. As per the constitutional provision, the Nepal Army can be deployed for the country's development and construction works. The law, however, is not clear on the specific conditions to utilize the army in this regard. Instead of clarifying the legal issues, the government is preparing to come up with a provision to mobilize the army personnel in development works on the basis of the cabinet's decision itself. The Constitution has allowed the deployment of the army in development works along with disaster management in accordance with the federal law. The law in this regard can be made clearer so as to ensure its effective implementation. However, instead of formulating a clear legal provision, the government is preparing to amend the Nepal Army Act so as to allow the mobilization of the army based on the cabinet's decision. Experts have advised that the constitutional provision itself is enough to deploy the army in disaster management. However, the existing legal ambiguities on the scope of such deployment are likely to allow the cabinet to use the army in whatever way it likes. This would also lead to the increment in the budget and financial expectancy in the army. The Nepal Army has currently been involved in constructing the Kathmandu-Tarai fast track and opening of road tracks in remote and complex geographic regions. However, experts are of the view that the deployment of the army in every non-military purpose would compromise the army's professionalism and even people's supremacy in the long run. A heavy snowfall has been witnessed in the hilly and mountainous districts due to rainfall since Thursday morning, although the weather has cleared from this morning. People flocked to Nagarkot, Fulchoki and Chandragiri in the capital to enjoy the snow yesterday afternoon. A long traffic jam even occurred along the Nagarkot-Bhaktapur road section yesterday due to thousands of people thronging the tourist destination Nagarkot to play with the snow. The plummeting temperature coupled with rainfall has triggered snowfall in Nagarkot in this time of the year. More than 25,000 tourists got the chance to play with the snow in Nagarkot yesterday itself. People visiting the snowfall site said that they were elated for having the opportunity to play with snow in the Kathmandu Valley itself. Organized a farming school in order to promote commercial organic farming and marketing. In this context, we had asked the participants of the program what kinds of practical knowledge they were able to gain from the training. Let's take a look at what they have to say.
Public voice.
नर्सरी कसरी राख्ने, नर्सरी ब्याडको कति सतहमा राख्नुपर्छ, नर्सरीमा लाग्ने किरा के हो, यसलाई मल्चिङ गर्नुपर्छ पर्दैन, टन्डेल कसरी बनाउने, एवत कुराहरू सिक्दै आज हामी 13 हप्तासम्म आइपुग्यौं।
यो रोगलाई यो विषादी हाल्नुपर्ने, यो किरालाई चाहिँ यस्तो हुन्छ, डाँट कुइने, अब ढुसी लाग्ने सारा कुरा चाहिँ अब हामीले जान्यौं, त्यसको विषादी प्रयोग गर्ने जान्यौं।
बजार नजिक भइदिएदेखि हामीलाई चाहिँ व्यवस्थित तरिकाले नै गर्दा हुन्थ्यो। यो के अरे यो कृषिमा सिकेपछि
आइपिएम कृषक समूह आएपछि चाहिँ हामीले बिरुवा कसरी हान्ने, बिरुवा कसरी कति दिनदेखि कहिलेसम्म सार्ने, बिरुवालाई मल कतिदेखि कतिसम्म लगाउने भन्ने कुराहरू हामीले अलिअलि जानकारी भयो।
टोनेल राख्ने सिकियो, अनि बिउ बिजन हान्ने सिकियो, अनि यो दबाईहरू मल्चिङ गर्ने तरिका सिकियो।
पाकुन्जेलसम्म हामीले त्यसलाई अवलोकन गरिरहनु पर्ने रहेछ। त्यसमा पानी हुन्छ, रोग किराहरू हुन्छ।
हामीले प्रयोग गरिरहेका रासायनिक विषादीहरूले मानव स्वास्थ्यमा परेको दीर्घकालीन असरलाई न्यूनीकरणका लागि अर्ग्यानिक रूपबाटै उत्पादन गरेका खेती प्रणाली, उत्पादन गरेका फसलहरू प्रयोग गर्दा भावी सन्ततिसम्म स्वस्थकर जीवनयापन गर्न सकिन्छ भन्ने मुख्य उद्देश्य हो।
And it's now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with their opinion.
Public Pulse.
And the question is, what is necessary to bring in foreign remittance through the least possible investment? Your options are A, diplomatic initiative, B, policy improvement, and C, coordination between financial institutions. The voting for the question is on. Type NAWS, select your option A, B, or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And now time for sports update.
Sports news.
Liverpool have climbed to the top of the English Premier League with a crossing 3-0 win over Bournemouth. Playing in front of the home crowd, Sadio Mane, Giorgio Wijnaldum and Mohamed Salah scored a goal each on their way to a comfortable victory. Mane gave the lead to the Reds, scoring in the 24th minute, followed by Wijnaldum's strike 10 minutes later. Salah scored early in the second half to complete the 3-0 drubbing of their otherwise stubborn rivals. Liverpool now have 65 points from 26 matches and have maintained a 3-point lead over Manchester City. Meanwhile, Manchester City take on Chelsea in a mouth-watering clash later tonight under the English Premier League. Real Madrid have climbed to the second slot of the La Liga as Gareth Bale completed his 100th goal in the top Spanish league. In the Madrid derby played last night, Real Madrid chalked out an exciting 3-1 win over the city rivals. Despite a 2-goal margin of victory, it turned out to be a thrilling contest as Real Madrid opened the scoring in the 16th minute through Casemiro. Atletico equalized soon after with a goal by their inspirational striker Antoine Griezmann. Sergio Ramos scored just before the halftime to give Real a 2-1 lead. Gareth Bale, who came into the match as a substitute in the second half, scored a vital third goal for Real in the 74th minute to take the match away from Atletico Madrid. With this goal, Bale completed his 100th goal mark in La Liga, taking 217 matches to complete the feat. And back home, the monthly salaries of the Nepalese cricket players, which had been halted since 2 years, have been released by the International Cricket Council. The ICC handed the cricket players a total of 12,787,000 rupees, which was on hold. The ICC has deposited the amount in National Sports Council bank account. The amount will be received by 21 players who have been divided in A, B and C categories. There are 7 players in each category. Captain Paras Khadka, Vice Captain Gyanendra Malla, Sarad Veswakar, Basanta Regmi, Sompal Kami, Sandeep Lamichane and Dipendra Singh Airi are in category A. Likewise, category B comprises Arif Sheikh, Karan Kesi, Lalit Bhandari, Anil Kumar Shah, Rohit Kumar Paudel, Lalit Narayan Rajbangsi and Sakti Gauchan. Meanwhile, Subhas Khakurel, Sagar Pun, Dilip Nath, Sunil Dhamala, Susan Bhari, Kishore Mahato and Binod Bhandari are in Category C. Each player in Category A will receive a monthly salary of 35,000 rupees, which amounts to 840,000 rupees. Likewise, every player in Category B will receive a monthly salary of 25,000 rupees for a total of 600,000 rupees. Meanwhile, a monthly salary of 15,000 rupees will be given to each player in Category C, which amounts to 320,000 rupees. After Cricket Association of Nepal was suspended by the ICC, the Nepalese cricket players were unable to receive their monthly salaries. The National Sports Council had earlier requested ICC a total of 3 times to dispatch the salaries of the cricket players. Cameroon's team Dolphins have reached the finals of the Pokhara Cup, defeating Manang Marsyangdi club 5-4 in sudden death. In the semi-finals played at Pokhara Stadium yesterday, Manang's Kamal Shrestha scored an own goal in the 35th minute to give Dolphins a 1-0 lead. Hafiz Alawale came up with an equalizer for Manang in the 81st minute to level the match at 1-1. As the match was tied at 1-1, after 90 minutes of regulation play, the match had to be decided through a tiebreaker and Dolphins secured the 5-4 win over Manang Marsyangdi to reach the finals. Dolphins will now clash with Armed Police Force in the title decider today. APF had reached the finals, defeating Japan's Rossi University 4-1, also in a tiebreaker. And before we wrap up this morning news bulletin, here's a look at the top stories one more time. Co-chairman of ruling party resort to public altercation instead of resorting out differences. Chairman Dahal doubts Prime Minister Oli's motive over conflict-related cases. Legal ambiguity over deployment of Nepal Army personnel in development works continues. Possible compromise in Army's professional integrity and people's supremacy anticipated. China condemns Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to the disputed region of Arunachal Pradesh in India. And Liverpool climbs to the top of the English Premier League. Real Madrid climbs to the second position as Bale completes 100 goal in La Liga. And those were our latest headlines. Stay with us for more news and entertainment on KTVSD. Good day.